Listen, the reason you're broke, depressed, balding, and your microwave dinner still tastes like sadness, it's because you don't study. But what if I told you for the low price of $100,000 a month, I, a guy who once pressure washed basketball courts and read proverb, could teach you everything you need to know to become rich, sexy, wildly unlikable, just like me. You see, I didn't get here because of luck. No, I got rich because I studied. I studied Da Vinci. I studied River Banks. I studied Tristan Tate's favorite whiskey. And now I'm going to study you, my little brokey viewer, and turn you into a high value man. Unless you're too poor to understand, in which case, get out of my face. Alright, now today we're diving head first into the mystical and mysterious and mildly embarrassing world of Luke Belmar, a man who became a millionaire overnight and then spent the rest of his life convincing us it was because of grind and gladiator energy. This is the guy who says he doesn't care about money while also telling us his time is worth 20k an hour. Unless you're in the war room sipping Johnny Walker with him, in which case it's priceless. So let's take a little walk through the mind of Luke Belmar. Just make sure you wear boots because the BS gets real deep. Now, like every other alpha male on the internet, Luke's backstory starts exactly the same. Was broke, had nothing but $200 and a suitcase and a dream, cleaned toilets, flipped wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, and he made millions through e-commerce and crypto. Which is weird because when asked how he celebrated making his first $1 million, he said, with just 2 pizzas and a pool party with my family. Chilling.
Sat where the flight attendants sit. And I was like, at the age of 16 with $200 in a suitcase that my parents gave me, I went to America and started working, pressure washing basketball courts, got gigs cleaning toilets, worked at a Buffalo Wild Wings, flipping the wings in the back.
What was your first job in the US?
My first job in the US was pressure washing basketball courts.
Nice. Sick. And then you made your first $1 million a day on e-commerce. And how did that feel? Like,
Nothing.
What did you do to celebrate it?
Nothing. I celebrated with 2 pizzas and a pool party with my family, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Chillin', G.
Wow, thank you, Luke. Truly an alpha move. You know, he probably studied the pizza before eating it. He probably asked it, what value do you bring in my life, pepperoni? Now, Luke says he made his fortune by investing at the perfect time, right before crypto exploded. Now, obviously, that wasn't luck. No. He was guided by divine wisdom. Specifically, Proverbs 23:20. Buy the truth and never sell it. Which apparently translates to YOLO your entire net worth into Ethereum.
This is the verse in the Bible that convinced me to buy Bitcoin. Proverbs 23:20 that says, buy the truth and never sell it.
So we started drop shipping probably about 6 to 7 months after I got exposed to the markets. We did extremely well 2019, 2020, made a couple $1 million, and then rolled over my entire net worth, every single penny of my net worth into crypto.
Did 8 figures, grabbed all the profits except $10,000. And in the COVID March crash, we put all of our money into crypto.
I remember that. I think it was around $4,000, $5,000 Bitcoin.
No, I didn't buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin wasn't my main purchase. My main purchase was ETH.
Oh, really?
ETH was $100 something along.
Why ETH and why not Bitcoin? If you had made 8 figures, took the profits, and
because I just experienced the bull run that ETH absolutely took over.
But the real flex isn't that he made money, it's that now he goes on podcasts and acts like he cracked the matrix. Like the rest of us are just broke NPCs in his crypto campaign. Bro, you didn't invent ETH, you just got lucky and didn't fumble it. Congratulations, Luke. You won the lottery, now you're selling tickets. But what really separates Luke from an average finance bro, it's not the crypto, it's not the e-commerce, it's the glazing. I'm talking about his deep spiritual obsession with Andrew and Tristan Tate. Luke doesn't just admire the Tates. No, he studies them.
Your favorite car, bro?
The red one, the Aston Martin.
Tristan thinks well, guys. Critical thinking, I fucking love it.
This man brought Tristan's favorite whiskey to a meeting like he was offering a tribute to a Roman emperor.
Every guy that I want to get into the room with, I know as much as I can about them. Like I'll go up and be like, yo bro, and I'll drop something that he did last week. How was it? Oh shit, this guy's paying attention. Example, Tristan pulled up a video, his favorite whiskey, Johnny Walker. What do I do at duty free? Fucking Johnny Walker. That night, sipping the fucking Johnny Walker in the war room by myself with him, chilling. Why? I studied, bro. I knew what he liked.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Imagine being like, yo bro, I know what you drank last week. Let's vibe. Bro, that's not networking, that's just straight up fanfiction. You're one notebook away from writing Dear Tristan letters and drawing hearts around his name. The whole thing just feels like a school presentation. My hero, Tristan Tate. 10 out of 10 effort, 0 out of 10 awareness. One of Luke's special abilities is making nothing sound like everything. Let me elaborate on that. You ask him a basic question and he responds with a TED Talk powered by AI and bad philosophy. Let me give you a real example. What's a bank? A river bank. What does it do? Controls the flow, the current, the currency. So if I understand water, I'll get wet.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
I think people need to start studying words, and I think it's going to be extremely important. I mean, even just looking at money, right? You look at money, you look at a bank, right? What is a bank? What is also a bank? A river bank. Right. And what does the river bank do? It controls the flow. The flow of what? The flow of the current. The currency, right? So if it's controlling the currency, it's also controlling the what? The flow. The flow of what? The cash flow. So what? Money moves like water. So if I understand where the water is going to go, I just have to position myself where the cash flow is going to be next, and I will get wet. Welcome to the big leagues, motherfuckers.
I studied, bro.
You just said absolutely nothing, my guy. This man took a 9th grade English metaphor and tried to use it to justify charging 100k for his time. Luke also runs Capital Club, which is a fancy way of saying I made a Discord server and added a paywall the size of a Bugatti. It costs 100k to join, but the best part, he says the value is in the people you meet. Like other guys who paid 100k, it's like a country clubs for dudes who confuse networking with hot tubs and motivational quotes. That's basically it. Luke says if you don't pay to play, you live in scarcity.
I have to pay for my time. My time is valuable. Money exists for a reason. It's a vehicle in exchange of what?
Value.
Perfect. What do you think I'm going to go do with that money?
Spend it on shrooms.
No. I'm going to continue doing what I've done. Continue building Capital Club.
So you're not going to blow it on a Lambo?
I don't need a Lamborghini.
You're not into cars at all?
I mean, if you were listening to me.
I was. But you said McLaren. You didn't say Lambo. You said McLaren.
Come on.
You said McLaren. You said McLaren.
You can't do this to me. You already know my ethos. You know what I stand for. I have fancy houses. I have nice things. When you're purpose driven, you're not driven by money. And I will make a ton of money, but it doesn't drive me. And I will get rich in proportion to the value that I provide to the marketplace. I'm a member of the Ritz-Carlton Reserve. You know how much my membership was? It wasn't free. It was $100,000. And then $1,000 a month maintenance fee.
Have you benefited?
Of course. The people that actually pay $100,000 with me are the people that I want to hang out with. So I go to the jacuzzi and I'm hanging out with billionaires. You don't believe it? Okay, you don't believe it, that's fine. That's because you haven't paid $100,000 for a membership. So when you do, you'll realize that there's value in the network, so you pay to play because that's the name of the game. And if you're a cheap, well, that's exactly what you're going to get in life, scarcity. I pay to play, just like you would do in any RPG game, just like you would do in any MMO. You literally use your coins to level up your character and to unlock different levels. I do it, you do it, name of the game.
You need to be able to not worry about money so that you can focus on building, not hustling, dude. Hustling is cool when you're a brokey.
Yeah.
But when you have money, dude, the hustle mentality is going to keep you behind. People tell me, look, how much money do you make in a day? I don't calculate money by day. I calculate money by hour.
How much do you make per hour?
How much? My hour is valued at $2,500 to $20,000, depends on the day. That's what I value my hour at. Yeah. So I will not touch a task under.
So this hour is worth $25,000
at a minimum.
Bro, some of us are just trying to pay rent and maybe afford to buy Chipotle maybe once a month. Not drop a house deposit to vibe in your capitalistic sauna. In the end, Luke Belmar isn't the worst guy out there. He's not a monster. He's not evil. He's just goofy. A guy who got lucky and built a business around his luck. And now he acts like he's the reincarnation of Marcus Aurelius. If Marcus Aurelius did crypto and hosted mastermind events in Dubai. Honestly, I respect the hustle, but let's not pretend this is anything new. You got rich, cool, but now you're cosplaying as a philosopher, quoting Da Vinci like it's your uncle and pretending Johnny Walker is a personality trait.
I studied, bro.
Welcome to the sewers, Luke. You studied hard, now you've graduated with honors in delusional entrepreneurship.
I'm ready for the big the big deals. If it's not $10 million plus, don't talk to me. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want it in my vicinity. It's haram. If it's less than 10, don't bring it to me. Why? Because I don't need it. Like, I don't need to go get $1 million deal.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people go get that $1 million deal, go get that $100,000 deal. But for you, maybe going and getting that $500 deal is not worth your time. Don't go do it. Right? So somebody hit me up today, like, oh, I'm going to give you 10. I want to give you 10 grand to be on my podcast. I'm like, you can't buy my time. What the fuck you mean? Like 10, no, bro. No, my time's worth more. It was our first kind of like $1 million day was
$1 million in a day.
Light work. I've done $5 million in a day. Profit. It's nothing, bro. What you're looking at here, Dubai, what I'm doing is pennies, dude. You look in Dubai, these printing $1 billion a day. So when all these kids on the internet, they're like, oh, $5 million, there's no way. Dude, you have no idea the level of wealth there is out there, and your pee-wee brain can't get it. It's okay. So $5 million is chump change. I see it as a stepping stone to what we're going to be doing in the future.
That's it for this video. If you want to make millions of dollars every single month and become an absolute unit of a human being, buy my course, link in description.